Hello and welcome to Lost Horizon 2, sequel to Lost Horizon. Now, it looks like the menu's changed up. It looks like they're still kind of going with the theater theme here, but now all the menu options are out in the open instead of like part of the scenery. So, just a quick refresher on Lost Horizon 1. We were a ex-British Army officer turned smuggler in Hong Kong, who got a request from the governor to rescue his friend Richard, who was ambushed. Sorry about that. Who was ambushed while he was mapping the Himalayas by Nazis who were looking for Shangri-La, or as they call it in game, Shambhala. So we tracked down his trail, got caught up with an old friend of Fenton's, Amy Wong, and ended up rescuing a British soldier from a Nazi prison in the Himalayas, where we then proceeded to, once we figured out what we were dealing with and what we needed to get into Shambhala, we left, but, did I say Amy Wong? I'm not sure that's Kim Wong. That's what it was. Wow. Sorry. Oh. Yes, I was thinking of Futurama there. But anyways, Kim got caught in an avalanche and Fenton believed her dead. So he traveled to Morocco to get the Eye of the Dragon, which was probably stolen by the Nazis after they killed his contact, and was brought with the Kiri Reese map to headquarters of the Tool Society in they had the eye was brought to the Berlin Museum of Natural History, but it turned out the map, which was supposed to be there, got directed to the Tool Society headquarters in Beatles? Not quite it, but I can't really remember on the top of my head. But anyways, we infiltrated the castle, got the map, read the map through the eye, and then we went to India, which is where the second key was, picked it up, and then decided not to open the gates to Shambhala, so we returned to the governor who betrayed us to the Nazis. We opened the gate, worked with Richard through time and space to basically drive the Nazis off, and we killed our nemesis, Countess von Helgenchild. And the last we left off, Fenton and Kim were a happy couple. So this one, it looks like maybe we'll focus on what seems to be their daughter, but we'll see. First off, let's probably something, everything. So let's see what trouble they get into. Back, so this is future to the first game. That was in 36 or something. Yeah, 36.
Papa, what are you doing?
You ought to be asleep. Go back to bed, darling.
They're going to come and get us, aren't they?
No, don't worry. Come on, I'll take you back to bed. Look how soundly your sister's sleeping. Lie back down. We need to leave very early tomorrow.
But I'm freezing.
Then I'll go and fetch you a nice warm blanket.
First quest in the game. I know how. What do we got here? This is our... That shows our hotspot. Yeah, I don't know what that does, so I guess we'll just...
There are only a few matches left. It's cold. I should get my daughters another blanket.
Check to make sure they change the... I guess we just don't have a right click. I can't look at controls, okay. But it's interesting that it seems like they made this game with control.
That thin towel isn't going to keep my daughters warm. There's no water. The pipes are frozen.
He is ridiculously quiet, so I'll try to louder processing. Make it.
The bed cover is full of holes, but it's better than nothing.
Of course, maybe he's by it too. See what's all in.
Our whole lives fit into these 2 cases. Everything's ready. Tomorrow we flee.
Are these guys supposed?
There's still some paraffin in it. Only a few hours before we leave the country. Years of research findings now thrown into the fire. But I can't let any of it fall into the wrong hands.
Okay, so definitely.
I'll have to leave my books here. The nights are growing colder.
Oh, he was researching something that I won't say that he shouldn't have been, but interest to very bad people. Oh.
These blankets seen better days, haven't we all? Now, how long is the paraffin going to last? So, good night, darling. Sleep well.
Father,
Yes?
why do we have to go?
Let's talk about it in the morning, so we don't wake your sister.
But I don't want to go. I don't want to leave Mama.
You'll see. Everything will turn out all right.
Promise?
Promise. Now dream of something beautiful. Papa loves you.
I answer the door and be polite. Oh, really? You're...
Who put that there? What's going on down there?
Guess someone wants to...
I have to hide the children. The roof is much too dangerous for my children. It's unlocked.
I see why they need control. No?
It's pitch dark in there. It's getting light. I need a safe place to hide, and quick.
Have the door.
The cupboard's too small even for my daughters. We can't hide ourselves here.
Just...
Look, there's a hole in the wall behind the chest of drawers.
saw that, but
The opening is just about big enough. At least I can hide the children in here.
yep, just walk, you know, just...
Wake up.
What's happening?
Quickly, come with me.
They're looking for us. I'm right, aren't I?
Yes, you have to hide.
No, don't go, Papa! But we forgot Mama. Mama!
You both wait here. I'll go and get the photo. So, better get on with it. And fast.
At least by double clicking, you skip having to go through the room, which I think saves time because it stops when double click.
Here, Mama will look after you. Take my diary, and if the nasty men take me away tonight, go to Herman. He knows what to do.
Papa!
And now keep as quiet as a mouse. Both of you. I love you.
He's here!
Good evening, Doctor. It's not been easy tracking you down. It's almost as though you've been avoiding us.
I have no reason to seek out your company.
Don't be so unfriendly. You couldn't see enough of us when we were funding your research.
I left the project for family reasons. I thought you respected my decision.
Of course I respect it, even if I disagree with it. The problem is you still have something that belongs to me, and I would very much like it back.
Come on, you have all my research. All the results, all the findings. I wish they'd been more successful, but you can't find what isn't there.
Do you think I'm an idiot, Doctor? Is that it? You think I'm stupid?
No, not at all.
So you won't mind if my men conduct a little research of our own in every corner of your house. I may not be a genius, but I believe in a methodical, scientific approach.
Please, how many times do I have to say it? There's nothing for you to find here.
And I intend to test that hypothesis. The Fuhrer wants results, and I want to give them to him, wherever they're hiding. If you're right, you can relax. As you said, you can't find what isn't there. Tear the place apart, and take everything that isn't nailed down.
Oh, they didn't even need to search the place. But I guess he wasn't all.
After all this time, Fenton, you still ride a camel like a cow.
Hey, it's been a while since I had to cross a desert like this. I'd rather be back on Glen. But the army seems to think this beach holiday is more important.
How's she doing? Does she know where you are?
She's got enough to deal with a boarding school. I don't want to worry. Mum out of the picture. Still, it could be worse. That school's like a little German palace with fees to match. We better get a move on. If your informant can show us the Egyptian HQ at Port Said, our bombers can take it out and the canal can stay open.
About that, we might have a small problem. My informant has disappeared.
What? The bombardment starts at dawn. If they don't have a precise target, they'll just carpet bomb the whole city.
So we'll find the HQ ourselves, don't worry.
I hope you have a plan, Tamir.
Of course. What I'm going to do is pretend to be a traitor, give away some small secrets, and get myself dragged to HQ for interrogation.
And you think they'll just let me follow you?
I have a tiny transmitter with me, the latest technology. You get a fix on me, and then we have the coordinates. Then I convince the Egyptians to let me go and act as their spy. Easy.
Easy for me. Are you sure you've thought through the interrogation part?
Oh, Suez Crisis. Benton working for the military again? Chapter 1, Behind Enemy Line. I suppose every man in after war.
This is where our ways part, my friend. Here's the receiving. To get a fix on me, you'll need to climb somewhere high, like that tower on the city wall. Wait for me there.
How do you say break a leg in Arabic?
First of all, I'm Israeli. And secondly, in our army, we say, head and gut shot.
That's certainly vivid.
AK. These were invented. Sure. Well, they would have been, but possibly, but then, like, predominantly Soviet. Hey, Yahagi, what year was the AK-47 invented? 47 to 49. Okay, you heard it, folks. So, maybe it isn't as out of place as I would think, but first of all, I'm gonna try something, because that speech is damn quiet, even me. So we'll be right back. Then that I realized my mistake. Try that. We got for our inventory.
The knife used to be my brother's. I always keep it with me.
And now for the elephant in the room. His voice, oh my god, like, he's got most of the mannerisms down, but he's so monotone. I really miss the old voice actor for Fenton. Like, why can't these why can't animation arts keep the same voice actors from project to project? That would probably be my biggest complaint about their games, is just the that they can't keep the same voice actors with the same people. But that transmitter thing now makes more sense too. At first I thought this was 42, still 42 in the Egyptian desert, and he was talking about Germans. It's like, well, you know, a transmitter that small would be highly improbable, but 50s, I mean, power would be a problem, but other than that, technology was mostly there.
Standard equipment for the spy about town. Photo from happier times. That's my wife Kim and our daughter Gwen.
So he said Kim was out of the picture, but yeah, he still refers to her as his wife, so that seems they're estranged, but not quite divorced yet. So this must have been taken no more than 2 or 3 years after. Well, no. If they had, let's say, 2 years to the baby, another 3 years for the kid to look like that. So maybe within 5 years of the first game, perhaps right before the, I don't want to say outbreak, but before the U.S. involvement in World War II, because, oh, it could be right before the outbreak if they concede right away, but either way, that's probably a while ago. Pistol.
Not fond of guns, but they do have their uses.
You're a soldier. How are you not fond of guns? In this case, it looks like we got a semi-automatic pistol here. Hard to tell more without getting a closer look. My obvious instinct is to say a Colt 45, but we won't know that for a while, if ever.
Empty. I've already drunk all the water. I can get a fix on Tamir's signal with this, but first I need to climb the tower to get a view of the whole city.
Okay, so we gotta Assassin's Creed this. Oh. Is there water in it?
Riddled with woodworm and as dry as a sandstorm.
Nope. so we can't take the cart. What's in here?
Not a great place to break an axle. Looks like they've bodged the two parts of the axle together with this steel sleeve. I can't take the sleeve off without tools.
But do lockpicks count as tools?
I can use the knife to pierce, cut, scratch, slit, chop, saw, and turn screws.
God, they always turn screws with the most improbable objects in the games. I mean, honestly, a properly torqued down screw would probably cause you to break your knife. But we now have screws.
Long screws, 4 of them.
They don't look that long. From this, I would say they're like a 1/4 inch, but...
Sleeve is a bit rusty. It looks pretty solid all the same.
Alright, so... what else can we add? Oh, cool. So, is he... cool, so he'll auto-run now based on distance, it seems. And it looks like this is our boundary here, so...
I should be able to pick up Tamir's signal if I climb one of the towers on the city wall.
To do that, we'll probably want to go to this end. And go to the wall.
That has to be the tower that Tamir meant.
Alright, so what do we have here? 8 planks. Stick those in our pocket.
I'll take both the planks with me.
They're bigger than he is, and he just sticks them in his pocket. That never gets old in adventure games.
I can't get up that way.
Column. I guess he can get up that way. And that video is so compressed versus the native gameplay. Oh, I don't think there was much over here anyway, so... we can just take the plank and set...
Far too short.
got the perfect thing for this.
So, how can I make something useful out of all this?
Okay, so...
looks like a plan. Top work.
interesting tutorial. It looks like it's been simplified from say,
The plank's long enough now. Hopefully it's strong enough too.
from Lost Horizon 1 or Secret Files 3 or Sam Peters, in that we just click things in the right order, it seems, but...
Just one more leap and I'll be able to relax for a sec.
هو فين؟
Whew, that could have turned nasty. Deep breath. Almost there.
Alright, so it looks like we basically have to time it.
اقف مكانك ولا هضرب في المليان.
Hey, guess what? You have to time it. Alright, so we'll watch his pattern for a while. Okay, let's go. I lied when I said a while. Okay, we'll wait for him to come back because it's late to start. And look at how they all have the same exact pattern, but at least you can get... It's like... It's not a true game over because they just restart you to the beginning of the puzzle, but I do like how there's a bit more stakes to things now. Versus in the other games where you basically had as long as you wanted. Oh, that was close.
Major, we have arrested a Bedouin who claims to have important information about enemy troop movements.
Do you believe him?
So far, he knows what he's talking about. But he says he'll only reveal the details to you in person.
Sounds like a ploy. Search him thoroughly and double the guards. Then bring him in.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's hope Tamir is already at the target.
I was gonna say, you know, people only do that in freaking movies to get close to something or someone. Okay, so we have the moon.
Full moon. Not very helpful for spies or the Air Force.
But not helpful for the Air Force.
The headquarters must be somewhere down there.
And they also should have basic night fighting techniques by this point, so... okay. So, at this point, probably just take the radio transmitter.
Let's see if I can find a signal. Damn! The receiver's picking up a whole mess of signals. It's a good job Tamir wrote his wave signature on the bottom of the device. I just need to tune into the right one.
Okay, so we're looking for a sine wave with crop tops. This changes amplitude, or sorry, frequency. So this one should hopefully... I wish I could move it so it was, that's probably fine, right? Ugh. I think we gotta... Oh god. Stick with that. Gotta... I don't have a... I feel like I don't have a great reference for...
Bingo!
There we go. For scale. And I had no idea what the green
I'm
lights do.
receiving Tamir's signal loud and clear. It's coming from the northeast, about 700 meters away. That's where the old bathhouse is. Nice hiding place. But there's no hiding from our Air Force. No, I just need to wait until Tamir gets back. Tamir should have been back ages ago. I'm starting to get worried. His signal's still coming from the Egyptian HQ. I hope nothing's gone wrong. Oh, to hell with it. I can't just sit around here doing nothing.
Of course not.
So I can't get any closer to the old bathhouse. And there's still no sign of life from Tamir. If they're holding him in there, then I have to get him out pronto. The Navy and Air Force will start their bombardment at dawn. I don't have much time.
Man, I swear he got quieter again. Or that'll probably be for a getaway.
A Volga M21. Fairly new model, but still looks pretty knackered. Somebody's trying to break into the boot.
The boot. I guess he means the trunk.
It's so badly vandalized that the boot won't even open up.
But Volga, that sounds like a Russian make. But we can't use...
I can use the knife to pierce, scratch, cut, slit, chop, saw. And no, not break into cars.
Okay. Okay, we can't do anything with them yet. Hey, Jug.
It's broken. Nobody's going to miss it.
Is there water in the well?
There's a little puddle of water shimmering away down there. Screwed on tight.
Oh, we can fix
I
that.
can use the knife to pierce, scratch, slit, chop, saw. And cut hoses.
I will say, whoever does the writing for these games is... so...
I can't get to the water down there with that.
all to...
My lungs aren't strong enough to siphon water up from the bottom of that well.
What else is here? Recycle.
definitely seen better days. Dents, rust, dodgy tires, and leaky gaskets that are dripping oil everywhere. It's definitely seen...
Okay, can we interact with it?
I always did want to get into the oil business. The clay jug's got a hole in it. The jug's got a hole in it.
Okay, so we have
Canteen's got motor oil in it.
a canteen.
It's so badly I'm not fond of gas.
Looks like we might be able to climb this. Okay, let's look at that first.
Going by the smell, I'd say there's a sewer behind that gate. If it wasn't for that big lock, I could maybe sneak into the building this way.
Well, we can take care of that.
Rusted solid. Probably hasn't been opened in ages.
Oh, now I know why we need oil.
Now it should swing open beautifully. The gate is padlocked.
Oh, we gotta actually pick the lock.
3, 2, 1, open.
Okay.
Tamir's signal is coming from inside the building. I have to get him out of there somehow.
So it seems like simplified things where he'll interact with it or comment on it depending on the context of the object, which I'm not fond of, but I suppose it cuts down the dialogue.
Hopefully I'll find an entrance to the bathhouse down here.
Dialogue they need to write. Okay, so... This place is not well kept. Holden floor. At least it's not a crevasse.
There's a wooden wheel down there, but I can't quite get to it.
Garden wall. Well, we'll move along. Water pipe.
It's not nice, but it's fresh.
Cool, let's fill our canteen again.
There's no point filling the jug while it has a hole in it.
Have to fill the hole. But it seems like that's what they'll want us to do eventually. I don't see... That seems simple enough. Why?
Passage over there looks promising.
Yeah, let's do now.
There's a wooden wheel missing here.
Ah, so that's... We need to get that wheel. But for now, we can move along. Aye?
That doesn't seem to be working.
Really? Do that! Oh well. Get over here at least. Oh, is this kind of on the other side of where we came from? So it doesn't really help us at all. Okay, so we did water.
Nice and clean, but too cold for me to bathe in it.
Okay, apparently we don't use our canteen for drinking. That's what I'm getting out of it. Alright, so... Correct that. Alright, so let's go back outside and see He might just comment on it, but maybe we can do something with that passage that leads to guards in the front of the building.
Not a chance. The entrance is heavily guarded.
Yeah, I thought as much. Okay.
Photo from
I was gonna say that doesn't seem up. Fill the can. No, the still full of oil.
the canteen's got motor oil in it.
See if we get
A
anything.
5-meter long rubber hose. The clay jug's got a hole in it. The signal's coming from the building at the end of the street, so Tamir must still be inside. The knife used to be my brother's. I always keep it with me.
Ridiculously. Oil. Oh, cool. We can do like this.
There's a little puddle of water shivering away down there. Even if I could...
Done. Phew. Oh. I think he just gives the same dialogue
I
again.
can use the knife to pierce, scratch, cut.
Alright, so we must have what we need. First off, no. Okay, so can't get up here, so we're basically bottlenecked. And I don't think there's anything we can interact with. Or yeah, before that corner, it looks like there's nothing to interact with. Yeah, because it's first interactable.
It's not wastewater. It's fresh. There's a wooden wheel down there, but I can't quite get to it.
We can't just... We really needed some magnet that we could stick onto the metal end of the hose. Oh, no, even that wouldn't work. The wood's obviously not magnetic. Unless it's got like a metal core or something. It might. So we need to do that or seal our whole jug. Our jug hole. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I was just supposed to dump. It's not. Oh, moss. I didn't catch that the first time.
The moss has firmly taken root in the stone. I can use the knife to pierce, scratch, cut, slit, chop, saw, and scrape moss off a stone. Success!
Alright.
Soft, thick moss.
Let's just double check that we didn't miss anything else here. Oh, I see what this does now. That just... okay. I think I'm gonna do that just because otherwise it gets annoying with it constantly popping in and out when I'm working at the edge of the screen. That's fine for me. Alright. So let's go see if we can do something with that. The first thing that comes to mind is maybe we can plug that drain. Oh hey, I can actually control letting him pathfind, so that's kind of cool. But it's called point and click adventure for... why? Right all of a sudden.
It's not what...
Yes, we know it's not. Trash.
Soft, thick moss. I've blocked up the hole in the jug with moss.
Okay.
I'll fill the jug to the brim.
Alright. What does that do? Are we gonna float it to the top?
Come on now, up you come. Got it.
That was either a really small hole or a really big jug. Alright, whatever. I mean, that was a thought that they must be... Sorry about that. Like my cursor is able to get lost. But yeah, that was one of my first thoughts, is that it must be segmented, so if we redirect the water flow. Alright. I went too far.
Looks just like the other wooden wheels.
Was that text that just... Oh, that was just something. Oh. Go. Oh no, this is the... My bad.
A perfect fit.
In that, baby. Round, round. Okay. Where's my mouse? So now we can just run along across.
A bit of luck, this should lead straight to the planets. Now all I have to do is find Tamir. What's that noise?
Major, this man is a spy. He was carrying this.
A short-range transmitter. So, where is the receiver? Tell me! Tell me now, or you die!
Okay.
There has to be an accomplice! Seal off the city and search every corner! He can't be allowed to escape!
Those swine! Shit. Now what? If the Air Force and Navy don't have a precise target, they'll flatten the whole city at dawn. How can I reach our people in time? The Egyptians are sealed off Port Said completely. My only hope is to send a radio message from here. But to do that, I'll need the emergency code word that Tamir had with him.
Good thing Tamir's body is right over here.
Tamir! Should have stuck with break a leg. Sorry, old friend, but I need the emergency code. The code card. Thank God the Egyptians didn't find it. But it's covered in blood.
Oops, that's not one. Oh, we used the jug already. Condor. Morse code.
Condor. All I need now is a radio.
Oh, we have a wash basin here.
There's still some water in the basin. It hasn't seen a drop of water in years.
Right, so we have water off.
A large piece of cloth. pretty dirty.
Oh, we're gonna
Now the
disguise
cloth is
ourselves.
soaked.
Oh, maybe that was, well, he brought it up right away.
No thanks.
Body?
All he wanted to do was save lives, but he couldn't save his own. I can't let his death be in vain.
It doesn't seem like there's much. Maybe we just attack. Alright, so we have a ladder,
A small
compressor.
compressor. It must belong to the welding gear. A carbon dioxide canister. It's used for welding. I'd better leave it attached to the canister.
Alright, what else can...
It's a long hose. Where should I run it to?
Here, apparently.
With enough carbon dioxide, I could knock out the soldiers in the main hall. But I don't think this canister holds nearly enough. The hall's too big.
So we make the whole...
Can't reach that ladder from here.
And we can't take the plane. But there is a crate.
Empty. Empty. A thick bundle of cables for the phone, radio, and electricity. The Port Said Commandant. That bastard shot Tamir like he was putting down a dog.
I was hoping to at least get some dialogue for that. Look. You know, typically when you're guarding something, you face away from what you're guarding, not towards it. Oh, look, they don't even see me running around back here. In any case. Hear that?
The cables come from under the main hall. Let's take a little peek at what's behind this door. It's the radio room. Hardly bigger than a broom cupboard and hot as hell in this weather. I'm surprised the man can breathe.
Ah. So now we know what we need to knock out. Is this still just tutorializing me? Yes.
It's a long hose. Where should I run it to? I'll take the hose up with me. The hose won't reach that far.
Oh, good thing we have.
I'll lay it along here. Okay. Now where does the other end go?
Door gap. Ah. So now we need some sort of...
Now I'll carefully, quietly push the hose under the door.
Alright, so I guess we use our sleeve then? Or is that fine?
The two hoses aren't properly connected yet.
No. This. See if we can find something with.
I'd better not start it. Too much noise.
Oh, the crate.
Empty. Empty.
feel like he would frown on us. He'd his body to cover the gap. Sure. Interact with the... Definitely something we have to apply to the gap. Let's go back and see if there's anything.
Luckily, the guards are concentrating on the city run gates. But that does mean I'll have to sit tight here for a while.
Okay, we just... Here.
It's definitely seen better days. Dents, rust, dodgy tires, and leaky gaskets that are dripping oil everywhere.
This open?
It's so badly Let's hope the local residents aren't like sleepers. What do we have here?
Just what we need. I imagine we'll need that wrench to start things up.
Sealed and secure.
I guess that's good enough. I would honestly put the damn cloth over it to prevent leakage, but turn the valve.
Not budging an inch.
The wrench.
I'd better hold fire on that until I've got everything lined up. Not budging an inch. I'd better not start it. Too much noise.
Wait, what's... Oh, do we have to go back up and... Now do we put the on the door gate? There we go.
There we go. Sealed perfectly. Now I just need to wait a few days until the man in there suffocates. No, I should probably go and speed things up a bit.
Alright. Now let's turn the valve. Lefty loosey.
And good night.
Now... to be able to read it.
That should be enough to send the radio operator off to Dreamland. I'll just let some air in, then I'll send my message. Hopefully before our friend here wakes up.
Oh.
So, time to tap out the code word. Shouldn't be too difficult. That's the right code word. I just need to send them the coordinates of the HQ, then get out of here before they turn this place to rubble.
سلم نفسك.
It's all kicking off out there. Time to make myself scarce.
Happen?
Bolted.
Bolted.
The grill's pretty solid.
It didn't really exactly give us a lot of time. Okay, so the door's bolted. do we even all... Oh, there's a bucket here too. Unless we're going to...
That's not going to help.
Okay. Wish I knew what I was doing. That's about as far as we can.
That's not going to help.
There's literally no time. Oh, you know what? I think I know. It was actually kind of my first thought is hiding in the... because we can't get out in time, but we can maybe hide ourselves under the bathtub to protect ourselves from rubble. And I think that's kind of the... I don't want that. Really? That's not the idea? Oh, man.
It's wobbling.
Yeah, see, they make it sound like that's what we're supposed to do, is flip this somehow. But there's no point to effort, I think.
I'm going to turn turtle.
What? I just had to click on it twice? Now you have to write this for the rest of
Can you hear me?
Mr. Paddock, you must get up!
For you.
What the hell happened?
Bombs. We have to get out of here.
Why? Who?
Save the explanations for later.
Fair enough. But we'll never get out of this city alive on foot. Quick, get in.
My god, they're talking even quieter again. Oh, I have to click on it? I didn't see my cursor, so that's not too bad.
Head for the canal. There's a plane waiting for us. If the pilot hasn't got cold feet.
No problem. Hold tight.
What? What? I guess I gotta click. I'm not sure on that one. I clicked it. Then I clicked repeatedly. I don't know, this feels a little gimmicky.
Head for the
Just
canal.
like,
There's a plane waiting for us. If the pilot hasn't got cold feet.
No problem. Hold tight.
Just like turning the handle to open the door, that feels finicky. Okay. we just gotta click it 3 times, it looks like.
Close. How far do we have to go?
What? I thought you knew your way around here.
I thought you did. I've never been here before in my life.
Well, I'm not stopping to ask for directions. Look out!
Oh. Sorry, I was looking at, I'm using a second monitor to run OBS on the side. I was just looking at the video preview, and I'm like, you know, this video looks better in those tiny windows than it does on this 4K screen because of all the compression in the video. Especially with the different color balancing on that monitor too.
So, now do we have time for introductions?
I'm Anna. I've come from Germany to ask for your help.
So you came to a city that was about to be bombed just to find me. That's rather flattering. But how did you know where I'd be?
That doesn't matter. What matters is your daughter.
Gwen, what's happened?
I'd love to sit here and chat, but the pilot can't wait any longer. Let's talk when we're airborne.
I like how there's British battleships just moored next to the city. I mean, I know the canal is small, but this seems a little ridiculous. You're exposing them to tank fire at this point, which the belt armor might keep from getting sunk outright.
Yes? Not a shadow of a doubt. The results are 100% reproducible. Understood. We'll initiate the final phase immediately, and Wotan will be complete. Only personnel with the highest level of clearance. Absolutely.
Time for a few answers, Miss
Anna. Just Anna.
German Intelligence Service.
Mossad.
That explains a few things.
I belong to a special unit that tracks down escaped Nazi criminals,
You're a Nazi hunter.
if you like. Right now I'm tracking the last few members of a particularly brutal SS unit, one with a reputation for baroque medical experiments. And I finally managed to locate their leader. Walter Kessler lived in a quiet village in Bavaria. While we knew where he was, we had no solid evidence to convict him. I was going to change that. Near the end of the war, Kessler's unit murdered a Jewish art historian, Simon Rosenthal, and his family. Kessler wanted Rosenthal's Viking art collection for himself. If I could search Kessler's house and find just one item from Rosenthal's collection of Viking artifacts, it would tie Kessler to Rosenthal's murder. Guten Tag. Does a Herr Kessler live here?
That's quite right, madam, but unfortunately Herr Kessler isn't at home at present.
Ah. My name is Dietrich. I'm an art dealer and I have an appointment with Herr Kessler.
An appointment? I'm his secretary and I don't recall him mentioning an appointment. Apologies. He was called away at short notice. He may be gone for several hours.
I understand. Then I wish you good day.
And the same to you, madam.
If Kessler's out of town, so much the better. I don't need him, just his stolen artworks. But how do I get inside without being seen?
Alright, so, like a pretty good place to cut things. Looks like we're playing Anna to get her backstory. And it looks like the raid was successful. It knocked out HQ. But, kind of curious how... Well, she's with Mossad, then she probably... The Israeli guy that was with Fenton, but yeah, this is turning out to be interesting. Not huge stakes since like a minute of progress, but so much the better. So that will call it here, and thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and we'll see you then.